You need to have a restaurant that you go to 2 to 3 times a year, every year, for like decades. And I promise you, this is going to do beautiful things for the relationship you're building with yourself. For context, there's a restaurant in London that I've been going to 2 to 3 times a year, every single year since I was 9 years old. And I'm 23 right now. Now, I'm not from London, which is why I would only go 2 to 3 times a year, like not very often at all. And so each memory I have made over the last decade and a bit of my life is very distinct. And I actually just fulfilled my dream of moving to London. So I decided to celebrate by taking myself back to this restaurant. And just like every other time I've ever been, I am seated and I'm about to have my lunch, and I look around this restaurant at every single table I've been sat at before at different ages, at different stages of my life, and looking at all these different versions of myself. Is it just me that can literally see like younger versions of myself so vividly in front of me? Like I can visualize I'm 9 years old sitting there right now, wondering what I'm going to be like in my 20s, and now I'm here in my 20s, and I can literally see you. Like we're together, we're just in different timelines. I was having lunch today, and I was looking over at the table that I remember sitting at when I was 9 years old, because I've never been seated at the same table twice, which is another hack when doing this. And I was just looking like, I know exactly what was going through your head at that point, what you were thinking about, who you hoped I would be. And now I've achieved everything you would ever want me to do. And I'm sitting here across from you in the same restaurant. And you would have never thought that this restaurant you loved so much at 9 years old, you would still honor and come back to all throughout your life. There was actually a seat right across from me where I actually had my very first restaurant solo date, and here I was being so confident, having made a whole career out of solo dating and posting my self-development on the internet, sitting just a few seats down from that version of myself. And so even though I love the food at this place so much, I've made it a commitment to never go more than 2 to 3 times a year, just to make sure that those distinct memories throughout my life stay super fresh in my mind and it doesn't become a regular spot. I could not recommend this enough. And because I've kept this tradition going for long enough, when I was looking around this restaurant, remembering how old I was, what I was going through at that time, at each table I have been sat at in my life, it was the most reassuring feeling, because then I remembered, this is just going to keep repeating itself. I'm going to be 30 coming back to this restaurant, having achieved everything that I hope to achieve right now. I'm going to be looking back at the version of myself right now in nostalgia and love and admiration and gratitude, and that is so beautiful. So get yourself a regular restaurant.